Okay. So this, I believe, is Friday. Could be Saturday. Time just seems to kind of fly when you're having fun. You ever notice that? You start out on something that turns out to be really, really great, and that's over. What the Buddhists say, everything is temporary. Everything arises to pass away. Rise again, pass away. Rise, pass away. And for thousands of years, that was scholarly dictum. I mean, you look at the dead body, and what's going to happen is worms are going to sprout. And this is it. This is what a human being is left with if they have not worshipped something other than themselves. And I mean worship somebody else, anybody else. Forget about God. You don't know enough about yourself to even begin to fucking worship God. Okay? First things first, you need to clean out your insides. That's what Jesus said. Purify your heart. And we, the dummies, say, okay, well, I wash myself every day, my heart's pure. You see, there's a secret that you don't know much about and has been kept from you by those who have some glimmer but not any kind of remote totality of truth in the issue, but they devote their lives to it because it's a pretty good living. I mean, you know, like you're asexual or you're gay or whatever, and being a priest or a nun is a very respectable way to proceed with one's life in the eyes of other people, not necessarily in the eyes of God. More than sacrifice is required to have the ear of God. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? Like, I really am your king. And, you know, many, many times I wish I wasn't. But I, in fact, am. And I gotta do something with this fucking joint in 17 years or I'm gonna be a failure. The reincarnation of Jesus Christ turns out to be a flop. And see, the thing is, in the olden days, people were had better ears. You had better ears then than you do now. Now your ears are in worse shape than they ever were. Before all the scientific advancement, before all the horseshit that Richie Dinkins and Carl Sagan proffer, is proffered with the academic viability of frogs raping alligators. You understand? It's just, you know, the fact that the universe just happened along and there's no consistent, you know, there's no proof that there is a God. Well, I'll tell you this. I can prove to even Richie Dinkins there's a God. And not only that, at the same time, I will also prove what a colossal idiot he is. He sells books. He doesn't care how he does it. He sells books. I sell books too. But I also give them away for free. You have your choice. You can either pay me or I'll give it to you for free. It's not a good way to do business, so I've heard. But, you know, I have everything I need except an extra $1 million in the bank. You know, I have all my living. I look at people in Africa. They're being thrown out of their homes, they're being beaten, kicked, shoved, threatened, shot. They proffer any mouth, lip, as the holier than thous call themselves, or call you, or whatever. They have no rights. You understand? No man has the right to bugger fuck with your life without your consent unless you break the law. Like if you come and you kill my wife, first you're going to have to deal with me and then the law, and we'll both probably wind up in jail. Or any of my kids. And you see, right now I got 7 billion of them. I knew there was going to be a price tag for those fucking abortions. I just knew it. And you know what? in a way, I was right. Bring it on. I can afford it. But why, if you don't have to, why create expense for yourself if it's not necessary? And your whole outlook on life is that of a frightened child. Somebody's got to help me. Dollar bills will do it. If I get a couple billion of these, then nobody can bother me. Well, I'm here to tell you, I have no billions, no millions, not even any 100,000s, okay? And people don't bother with me. They don't say, give me your 100,000 or your 10,000 or your 1,000 or your 500 or your $10, whatever it is. Here's my gun, pay me or you fucking die, motherfucker. Now, this is what manhood has been relegated to. This is what is thought of as a strong man, a tough guy. Now, none of my friends ever used guns. Teddy did carry one for a while in his booth, but you have to remember Teddy was working for the police. He told me, like I never would have found out, but not only he, a number of our mutual acquaintances were working for the police. Those from the days of good quality drugs. And some significant profits we made. Like, nobody loves cocaine more than me. But beyond the fact that I can feed a lot of people for the price of a cocaine habit, and it's no good. If I want good cocaine, I gotta go to Colombia or Peru, get high there, and leave it there. That's where I'd like to have a family cottage, in the mountains of Peru. I really would. Overlooking the ocean some 10 distance afield. Or I could be a securities counselor and steal your money that way. The tragic thing in all of this is nobody trusts nobody no more. Like, people have no investment in what they speak. So anybody who is remotely concerned about what other people think of you, you're a fucking idiot. Just a stunned fucking moron. People care way more about what you think of them than they think of you. They don't care about their own thoughts. What they care about is what you think of them. Can you not possibly grasp this? Both men and women. Yeah. No matter how big you are, no matter how fast you are, no matter how tough you are, there's always somebody that can beat you. You may not be feeling very good or whatever. So, and the interesting thing I have found is that winning a physical battle, unless you kill the opponent, is going to come back and continue to bug you some more. So the thing is, you got no mastery over him, nor can you ever hope to, but you do have mastery over yourself as a possibility. But it has to be worked for, and worked goddamn hard for. But it is possible to be done not only in one lifetime, but also make a living while you're doing it. So nirvana in the real world is what we're looking for here. And it's happened to a number of us. There are a number of people who are already living in the promised land and who do see paradise a little distance off into the future. It's visible, but getting there is a lot harder than it was getting to the promised land. You have to really be clean inside to get to heaven. That's all it is. That's all God wants, is for us to have fun and speak truth, because lies fuck up your fun. Do you understand this? Lies fuck with your fun. Unless you're a queen or a king, and I rarely use this. But I have the prerogative to lie for your benefit, never for my own. Like, I cannot skim a penny of any transaction that occurs under our rule. So, you are going to have a king who is not necessarily so honest, but he's not going to steal from you. He can't afford to. He has wives and a God who sees every fucking thing. There's nothing I can hide. And I know that's not true for you. But you're going to have me separating the wheat from the chaff before this is over. And we're going to have me have to say goodbye to some of you because you just didn't listen. You just couldn't listen. And so, as your dad, I have to give you your will, your wants. So, if it's your will that the only way you can succeed in life is steal, then truth is you need to be put in prison. You need to be kept from stealing from others long enough such that you remember for next time. Now, I don't think it takes 15 life sentences to learn for next time, or even 3 life sentences to learn for next time. I would say 20 years maximum for any kind of crime whatsoever, and no parole. You know, in Canada, that means you do 2/3, you do 10 years of 15-year sentence. Now, 10 years is a big bite out of anybody's life. And while they're sitting in there, they realize they didn't have to be there. It's their mouth, their mind, their lies that got them there. Any man who comes to me and says, "Yes, Your Majesty, I robbed a bank and I've spent all the money. I don't know what to do," and I would suggest that man go speak with the owner of the church or the priest or whoever's in charge of the place he stole from and admit his crime, seek his forgiveness, and make some form of restitution. I don't even care if it's $20 a week. Pocket change, coffee money. It's what it's going to cost you to get my ear. Really get our ear. Otherwise, you have the option of continuing with more of the same. I don't particularly like it, but I don't particularly like a lot of things. And the one thing I've learned is the stuff I cannot do something about to leave it on its own. And if you refuse me, this is what's going to happen. You have myself as your king. You have a couple of very beautiful queens, and basically a whole royal family that's just waiting to congeal in order to serve you. Now, that's a pretty nice God, when you think of things. He wants forgiveness for everyone. Huh. Nobody left out. So, once this becomes real, then I will be visiting every jail on Earth, either through internet dialogue or in person. But the internet dialogue more than suffices. And I want to hear what they think about you. I don't really care what you think about them. Isn't that interesting? The King of Kings is more concerned with the balance of mind of his people than he is for himself. You know, if I thought sacrifice would work, I mean, understand this. If sacrifice were to really work, I'd be first in line. Absolutely first in line. I'll even punch the shit out of you to get in first in line. I don't want this happening to my kids. And it's making me crazy. So please, worship the throat, do your old king a favor.